Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner, and we are continuing our individual team coverage of NFL teams. Right now, we're taking a look at the Lions. Another interesting team, Mike Brenner, right? Because huge loss, right? Megatron, gone. Gone from the equation, and that's a big part of the equation. Their season win total is 7. The over is minus 135. The under is plus 105. And another reason this is a little bit of a tough team to forecast is because, of course, in case people don't remember, last year they started out 1-7, and then with the coaching change completely, with the offensive coordinator change completely turned it around. Right?
Absolutely.
And Stafford looked like he was a completely different quarterback in the second half of the season. How much of that was a fluke? How much of that is predictive for this year? And how much of that was dependent on Megatron? I think at least a big chunk of that, if not all, was dependent on Megatron. I mean, if you put Stafford in with a mediocre receiving core, I'm not sure that we can expect him to flourish in the way they did in the second half of the season last year. What do you think?
Well, according to him, that's absolutely false because he said he thinks they're going to be better without him, which I just can't believe the statement. And this was a statement without Calvin Johnson.
Who said that?
Matthew Stafford, when we leave the studio, I'm going to show you the damn quote, Pistol.
He said that?
He said the reason we're going to be better is because now they don't know where we're going or who we're going to.
Maybe
well, guess what? If you're going to Golden Tate, I mean, come on, how old is Golden Tate? And Marvin Jones? Yeah, nobody knows who they are. You better find a plan.
He was probably just being ironic.
I don't know. No, I'm going to show you the quote. This is the same guy, though, that had a hell of a hangover from his trip to Costa Rica on his bachelor party, and that's why they started 1-7. But you know what, Pete? This team made a big, huge mistake, and this is nothing personal when they hired Jim Caldwell. He is just not a player's coach. There's no emotion. He showed it when he took over in Indianapolis when he had Peyton Manning. Nice guy, kind of guy you want to sit across the table and have a Sunday dinner with. But Jim Caldwell, to me, does not pump up his team. I think this team is in deep trouble. All right, I think they're number 9 in passing yards last year, which was good. That's going to go down. They were number 32 in rushing. All right, Fear Amir, this guy came out strong in the first 2 games, had some injury issues. Then they found themselves so behind in every game that they had to get to the air attack. So I don't know. I don't think Jim Caldwell has done a damn thing to turn this team around, and I don't think Matthew Stafford has an S on his chest where he can do it. So
they did beef up in the trenches, though. I mean, they addressed some of their weaknesses from last year. So, yeah, huge loss with Megatron, but aside from that, I do see an improved team. So I see an improved team with one massive loss, and then a team that was also, in general, a team like that's mediocre, that closes the year strong, is a team that I'm looking forward to continue to be good in the
but when they did that, Pete, that was offensive. They were high-scoring games. You still have a defense that's allowing 25 a game, all right? And I didn't see a whole bunch of change there. This is a team I think that's really they're in desperate mode. Jim Caldwell is the top coach on the hot seat this year, and that's a poll that came out, and understandably so. So we'll see what happens, but I'm looking to fade this team, Pete.
I think I'm agreeing with that. My final note here is I'm not sold on Lions this year, despite how well they finished last season, and that's how it'll definitely be worth noting because they were really strong at the end of last year, and I was definitely on that train at about the middle of it. As soon as I suspected that Jim Bob Cooter would help things out
on them trains,
and he definitely did. All right, so as far as the team total is concerned, 7 wins, you would lean to the under at plus 105.
I really would. I would lean to the under. I think this could be a team that finishes 5-11, something like that. And I think you're going to see a frustrated Stafford. And if he goes down, this team is really in trouble. There's just nobody behind him. So, Pete, Lions, no way. They better bring back Jim Schwartz, whatever his name was. They didn't like him, but hell, at least he knew how to fire him up.
We'll see how their additions in the trenches play out, but definitely starting with week 1, I'm going to be vaguely looking to fade them on their spreads. All right,
speaking of week 1, all right, OCDpicks.com, we're going to be putting all the football on there. You've been killing it in WNBA and CFL. All right, there'll be some picks on there today as well, so let's not forget that. That's as important as line shopping and also that sportsbook review, Pete.
Absolutely.
You got to know where you're playing. Do you want to get paid?
Sportsbook review. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's essential. If you're looking for a book, go to sportsbookreview.com. You can find out which books are trustworthy, which books are books you want to avoid, and which books are best suited for you as a recreational player or as an aspiring professional player.
It means everything.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.